You ever look back at a relationship and think, damn, I wish I could go back and shake the hell out of myself? Well, if I could go back, here's exactly what I'd tell myself when I was in the middle of that relationship with the narcissist. Because I was blind, but the signs were all right there in front of me. Hey, hi, how's it going, everybody? Dr. Goat here once again with another Car Talks, and today we're getting real. If you've ever been in a toxic relationship or you're just getting out of one, these are some things that I wish someone would have said to me. Maybe they would have saved me a few years and some trauma. When she lies, cries, and plays the victim every time you catch her, remember, guilt is a manipulation tactic used when accountability is avoided. I used to feel bad for even bringing up her lies. She'd cry, flip it on me, and suddenly I was the bad guy. But now I realize that was the whole point. That guilt, it kept me quiet and kept her in control. When you feel crazy for questioning things that don't add up, remember, trust your gut. It's not overthinking, it's intuition. Man, I gaslit myself more than she did. I'd notice stuff that didn't make sense, things placed in an unusual spot in the house, text messages from people that she claimed were just friends, but I'd convinced myself I was just being paranoid. Turns out I wasn't paranoid. I was right. When she cheats and then blames you for not being enough, remember, her choices reflect her, not your worth. She told me if I was more caring, more loving, more helpful, she wouldn't have looked elsewhere. And I believed that. But looking back now, I see how twisted that was. Cheating wasn't about me, it was her lack of character. When you feel like walking away, but convince yourself that things will change, remember, if nothing changes, nothing changes. I gave second chances out like they were candy. I stayed hoping the good version of her, the one that I knew from the beginning of the relationship, would come back. But every time that I stayed after the cheating, I taught her that she could hurt me more and more without consequence. When you're constantly anxious, walking on eggshells, remember, love isn't supposed to feel like survival. Every conversation felt like a trap. One wrong word, and the whole night would explode. That's not love. That's fear disguised as affection. When she threatens to leave every time you speak up, remember, control isn't love. You don't have to beg to be heard. It was honestly like she had a button that she would just push. I guess I'll just leave then. Every time I had a need or a concern, she'd pull away. I really thought I was fighting for love, but I was just fighting for basic respect. When you feel more alone when you're in the relationship than when you're actually alone, remember, loneliness with someone is worse than when you're alone. I used to tell myself, at least I'm not alone. At least I have someone. But the truth, I was lonelier lying next to her than I ever was after she left. Being alone doesn't mean you're missing love. It means you're making space for the right kind. When you start to feel like a shell of who you used to be, remember, if you have to lose yourself to keep someone, they're not meant for you. I stopped doing pretty much all the things I loved. Stopped seeing friends, stopped being myself, all just to keep her happy. And by the time it ended, I honestly barely even recognized the person in the mirror. When she says, "No one else will love you like I do," remember, that's not a compliment. That's a warning. She said it like it was some sort of romantic promise. But what she really meant was, no one else will put up with this. And she was right, because I finally stopped putting up with it too. When you finally leave and still miss her, remember, missing someone does not mean you made the wrong decision. There were nights there, many nights, where I felt like I missed her, not because she was good for me, but because I got so used to the chaos. Healing doesn't mean you never miss them. It just means you love yourself enough not to go back. If you're hearing all this and it hits a little too close to home, I get it. I've been there too. And if no one's told you this yet, you're not crazy, you're not weak, you're just human. And you deserve love that doesn't leave you feeling confused, anxious, and questioning your worth. So don't ignore your gut. Don't settle for crumbs. If this video helped you in any way, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you would tell your past self. Please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. And if you enjoyed this video, I have plenty more things that I've written down over this time of being out of the relationship, and I'd love to share them with you guys if you're interested in it. So let me know. And as always, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.